Hi, my name is Stephanie Strauss.
And I'm Nancy Lehman.
And today we're going to be showing you how to make
chocolate chip cookies. The first thing we're going to do is to get our pans all set up, because you don't want to have to stop in the middle of making your cookies. So you get your pans and your tray here that you can put your cookies in when they're cooked. And we have all of our equipment over there, so we have everything together, and all we have to do is put it all together and get it in the oven. Oven on 375. First, we have our recipe. We want to read the recipe first and get everything together that we need so we don't forget anything. This is an old recipe, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So it tells us what to do. 2/3 of a cup of shortening or butter. This is butter we're using. And 2/3 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a third. That's 1/3. There's 2/3. They go in here. So we'll put them in here. This is my mixer. It's a commercial mixer, but you can use a handheld mixer also. But this is nice and it's bigger. And whenever you make anything, you always start with the fat, butter, margarine, oil, and then the sugar. The sugar is a 1/2 cup of granulated, which is here, and a 1/2 cup of brown. We have our 1/2 cup measure. Always have your equipment together so you know where it is so you can start your work. So 1/2 cup of white sugar. This is untreated sugar, so they call it raw sugar. And a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. This is a little bit harder because you have to have this packed in here well. So it's a little hot, and a little bit more to make sure that we have enough. So didn't pack it in too well. Then we start the mixer up. This is a little bit loud, but we won't have it on. So you mix your sugar and your fats, whatever kind you're going to use. And then you add your egg. Room temperature egg. There it goes. You don't want to mix it up too much after you put the flour in. It says you need a 1.5 cups of flour, which we have right here. See, now this is all getting incorporated in here. So it's going to be nice and fluffy. You can see how well it's mixed. You can't see any butter, and the sugars are all mixed together. So we can slow this down. Now we want to put the nuts in here because we want them to be broken up, because you don't want whole nuts. And it's easier to put these in now because this machine will break them up for you and you don't have to do it. This is a 1/2 cup of nuts. Those go in. Now the rest of the recipe says to put your baking powder. So we get our 1/2 teaspoon, which is right here. Here's our baking soda. You always use the one without the aluminum because you don't need aluminum. You want to mix this up. This is your 1.5 cups of flour and your 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. You usually use soda with chocolates. Now we want to turn this down a little bit slower. And we slowly add this in so it doesn't fly all over your kitchen. This is one of the easiest recipes to make, and it always comes out delicious. And you want a little bit of real vanilla. If you don't have real vanilla because it is rather expensive, don't use any. Because you don't want to have imitation. It would be better to have none than that. Okay, we have the mini chocolate chips. It says 6 ounces. But this is a 10-ounce bag. But this is small ones and not the big ones. And we like lots of chocolate. The other thing I like, chocolate and orange is made in heaven. The best tasting things you can put. So this is orange rind from an orange that you zested. You don't want to go too deep, so you have to keep turning it because you just want the top that has the nice oil, the orange oil. Otherwise, it gets too deep, it gets bitter. And you just, instead of throwing this away, which is ridiculous because it's so good, you can use it in oatmeal cookies, any kind of cakes. But chocolate is what it's really made for.
And to store it, you want to do this.
Just put your hand inside the little baggie, turn it inside out, put it in your bag of zest, and put it in there. And you can use it for all sorts of things. You can put it in drinks, like say if you have ginger ale or something and you want to make a different flavor, sprinkle some of this in it. Cookies, cakes, salads, anything. Good thing to do. Don't throw it away. And you just put this in, and you don't even really notice it, but it just gives it a nice flavor. It smells wonderful and everything. You want to make sure it's beat up good. Done. You just want to mix it up. See how nice now we don't have too many chocolate chips, because you never can have too many chocolate chips. Okay, I'm going to take this. This is like an ice cream scoop, but it's a small one. Take this like this and push it up against it. They all come out uniform, so someone's not arguing that you got a bigger cookie than I did. And you put 4 across. See how easy that is? You don't have to. Some people use a spoon, which is fine. You could do that, but this is so much easier and quicker, and you don't.
And we're just waiting for this to get to 375. It's important to make sure you spread the cookies out so that when they cook, they don't spread out and catch on to each other.
Yes. Warmed up to the 375 that we need. Cookies are all done. Put them in the oven, one on the bottom and one on the top. 15 to 20 minutes. Keep an eye on them. We have a window in the door, and we also have a light that you can put on to see and see how they're doing. Cooking time. Now you look at them. You can see the brown around them. See how they've gotten nice and brown on the edge? We're going to put them up here, let them cool. And we have one more to go in because we couldn't fit them all on there. Put this over there. Put this one, there's only a couple in here. And we'll let these cool on the pan for a few minutes, and then we'll take them off and put them on the cooling rack. And then we can eat them. And that's the best part of cooking. They have slightly cooled on the pan. Now we're going to transfer them onto these racks to let finish cooling, because they are extremely hot. And chocolate, when it melts, can burn you. So you have to kind of wait a few minutes. But oh, they smell heavenly. And as soon as we can, we will indulge in eating them.